Hey guys, I'm Haxa, and this is the second video in my series of beginner tips for Sea of Thieves. If you missed the first, I'll place a link to it in the description box down below. Here are 15 beginner tips for Sea of Thieves. In Sea of Thieves, movement is important. Getting back to your ship or onto someone else's ship fast is key. This is where the Sword Lunge comes in, one of the most important skills you can learn. While it was never an intended feature of the game initially, Rare decided to leave it in rather than patch it. So, how to do it? First, you'll need to hold block, then hold attack. And after your sword moves forward, jump. That's it. You have a fair bit of leeway to jump, so don't rush it. If you jump too early or too late, you won't go very far. Also, if you sword lunge from land into water, you keep your momentum, meaning you go much further. Bailing your ship the proper way is important and can be clutch in some circumstances. Some crews will assign newer players to this and call it a noob's job, but it isn't. It is as important as everything else. On the sloop, you want to stand here on the stairs and bail out of the window here, instead of running up and down the stairs. You'll have to aim a little bit lower than you would expect, but it saves a lot of time and could potentially save your ship. You can also bail out of the grate on the roof here. On the Brigantine, you can stand on the stairs and bail, not much to it. Although you can bail out of the grate on the roof near the map table if you need to. On a galleon, because you have two decks, it's a bit more difficult. You don't want to reach a middle deck ever. So, you can bail out of the grate here, or run to the bottom of the stairs and throw it overboard. Galleys are huge, it takes a long time, you need to be on top of repairs. There's a bug that causes you to lose sight of the wind after docking a rowboat and potentially after other actions. You can raise a flag, look at your emissary flag if you have one up, and see the direction of the wind. But if you can, die, go to the Ferry of the Damned to clear away the bug. In saying that, dying and respawning solves a lot of the bugs in this game. Some keybinds in the game are important, like food, swapping guns, and throwables. On PC, the defaults for these are 3, scroll wheel, and C. On console, you can bind these to the D-pad. Personally, I have changed my weapon swap to a thumb button on my mouse. It is easier for me so I don't accidentally scroll too much and skip past the weapon I want. My spyglass is also bound to tilde, which is below escape and next to the 1. I have also bound my shovel to scroll down and my lantern to scroll up. I do this so I can cancel the animation of digging and dig up loot faster. Ship cosmetics don't really matter all that much, except for your sails and your cannons. Cannons are the most important one, and there are many different skins you can obtain. These skins vary widely in usefulness. Take for instance the ocean crawler cannons. They are too big and bulky and obscure your view way too much. You can use them, but you will have a hard time hitting your target. Most cannons are okay, like the ruffian sea dog cannons and kraken cannons or the wild rose cannons. They have decent visibility and aren't too big. But the best cannons are the glorious or triumphant sea dog cannons, the default sailor cannons, or the killer whale cannons. You can get these at level 40 with the sea dogs and level 40 with the hunter's call respectively. Sails aren't that important, but some sails have rips or tears in them to help with visibility, like the kraken sails or the ghost sails. Rare just brought out the Dark Adventure ship cosmetic set, and the sails from that set are amazing for visibility. Sails won't give you an advantage in a fight as ship-to-ship fights take place on the sides, but the extra visibility is nice. Stocking up your ship with enough cannonballs, food, and planks is important, even if you are just doing tall tales. You never know when you will need them. You don't want to be in a situation where you get attacked and don't have enough planks to repair your ship. So, when you first load in, grab supplies from the outpost's barrels, go to forts, other islands, barrels in the water, and shipwrecks. While you're traveling to your next island, if you go past another island, empty your pockets, cannon out to that island you're passing, and fill your pockets up. You lose no time on your journey and you get more supplies. Just remember to set your ship going in a safe direction and don't hit a rock or anything. Another way you can stock up is through storage crates found on island shores. They contain a bunch of resources. You can store the crates on your ship, but don't keep the resources inside of them. It may be easier and faster than going down below decks to get resources, but if someone sinks you, they'll get the storage crates and get all your resources. So it will be almost impossible to sink them if you go back after them. Rowboats are amazing little things. When you find one, they'll have some resources in the little storage compartment they have, and are really useful for getting lots of loot back to your ship fast, saving your loot if you sink to a meg or skeleton ship, and sneaking up on people. Also, if you're getting chased, you can load up the rowboat with all of your loot, sail behind a rock, drop it while the enemy is out of view, and row to an outpost and sell while they chase your empty ship around the map. When Rare added Harpoons, it changed the game entirely. You can use them to harpoon the loot out of water, or get your teammates back on the ship fast. You can use the harpoon to turn around rocks or pull your ship in a little bit closer instead of lowering your sails. Also, harpoon a meg, it's fun. On all ship types, the sail angle is really important. On the sloop, it achieves its top speed on a beam reach, or catching a crosswind, but this is still slower than the brig and the galleon. The sloop can be the faster ship if you head directly into wind or a headwind and putting your sails in the default position, but that is only slightly faster than a brig, so use the sloop's mobility to your advantage here. Talking about default sails. On a sloop, if you are unable to catch the wind, just leave your sails default. The brigantine also achieves its top speed on a beam reach, and in this position it is the fastest ship in the game. If you can't catch the wind, angle your sails to the side. Unless you are going into a headwind, then default your sails. And trust me, default sails in a headwind is faster than to the side. On a galleon, it's more or less the same as a brig, except it is the fastest ship when it's got close reach, which means sails to the side but not catching the wind, but not a headwind. And again, if you are in a headwind, default your sails. I will link a video below that goes into ship speeds way more in depth. On the seas, you may encounter three things: the Kraken, the Megalodon, or a skeleton ship. The Megalodon is a giant shark, and if you want to fight it, raise your sails and rotate your ship so you are tracking him with the cannons. Make sure you aren't too close to an island or a rock, or it will despawn. You can use that to your advantage to get away from it if you want to. When fighting a Meg, it will do a charge at your ship, and you'll have to stun it to stop the charge. On a sloop, that is 2 cannonball hits, 4 for a brig, and 6 for a galleon while it is charging to stop the attack. The Kraken is a giant tentacled beast. The ocean will turn almost black, and tentacles will rise out of the water. To get away from a Kraken, just get your sails in the best wind for your ship type, and eventually you'll get out, although it will take some time. To fight a Kraken, raise your sails and shoot tentacles until it's dead. A sloop needs to kill 2 to 4 tentacles, a brig 5 to 6, and a galleon 7 to 8. Killing the Kraken for its loot isn't worth all that much, as the loot spawns where each tentacle dies, although there are a few commendations for killing Krakens. Skeleton ships can also spawn on you while traveling. A sloop will spawn a skeleton sloop, a brig will spawn either a sloop or a galleon, and a galleon will spawn a galleon. To sink them, you'll need to shoot them with your cannons. The skeletons can't bail water out of their ship, but they can repair. The best way is to board them and stop them from repairing while your crew keeps putting holes in their ship. Yeah, keg. Some players like to use gunpowder kegs in PvP, and if not countered properly, they can be devastating tools. There are 3 different gunpowder barrels in the game: the normal gunpowder barrel, the stronghold gunpowder barrel, and the keg of ancient black powder. The normal keg is easy to deal with provided not all your crew dies in the explosion. Mega kegs and Athena mega kegs deal extremely high damage and will sink you the majority of the time. But you can survive them if you are lucky like we did here. Also, you will run into kegs in the water if you sail over barrels. Watch out. There are two types of Reaper's flags. The first one is the most common one you'll see, the Reaper's Emissary. Reaper's Emissaries are all about stolen loot, and when they reach grade 5, they can see all the other emissaries on the map. There is a downside though. As soon as you raise the Reaper's Emissary flag, you are marked on the map and you can only sell at the Reaper's hideout. Also, at grade 5, you get 2.5 times the amount of gold when you sell, which applies to all loot. The second is the Reaper's Mark. The Reaper's Mark flag is just a normal flag except it marks you on the map. This flag can mean two things. 1, you want PvP and you want people to come after you. And 2, you are new and have no idea what you're doing or didn't read the flag and thought it looked cool. So if you're running either of these, don't get salty if you sink. You asked for it. Now, if you're being chased by another ship and you think that there is nothing you can do, you might think to sail to the edge of the map or the Red Sea so they don't get your loot. While that is a viable option, it shouldn't be. You have a 100% chance of using your loot if you do it. So why not take the fight and try? You may lose, but you may also win and gain more loot than you had before. Remember, PvP is going to happen in this game. We all lose loot at one point or another. It happens. Try and take the fights you lose as a learning experience for the next fight. There are many different types of food in this game. Fruits like bananas, coconuts, pomegranates, mangoes, pineapples, and various meats and fish. For the fruits, bananas heal for 20 health, coconuts heal for 30, pomegranates heal for 40, mangoes heal for 50 health. Pineapples heal for 100 health, but have 2 halves, so you can heal to full twice. Chicken, pork, snake, and shark meat have 2 bites in them like pineapples. The difference is they'll provide you with a quarter of overhealing each, shown by the circle here. At the time of this video's release, the overhealing bar doesn't show up until you take damage. This is a bug and should be fixed soon. Overhealing is permanent until death and will drain itself to heal you over time after not taking damage for a few seconds. There are 2 other types of meat, Kraken and Megalodon meat. They will heal you to full and each have 2 bites, and they will provide you with half a circle of overhealing each bite. Finally, we have fish. Fish are the same as all other meat and have many different variants. Trophy fish will heal for more and provide more overhealing than regular fish. The goal of many pirates is to achieve the rank of Pirate Legend. And although it used to be a lot harder, achieving this goal is no easy task. To achieve Pirate Legend, you need to reach rank 50 in 3 of the 4 trading companies: Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, Merchant Alliance, or Reaper's Bones. Once you do hit rank 50 in 3 of these 4 trading companies and buy all of the commendation titles they offer for the various ranks, you'll be able to talk to the mysterious stranger in the tavern and achieve the rank of Pirate Legend. With this newfound title, you gain access to the pirate hideout, be able to purchase Athena's Voyages and expensive Athena and Dark Adventure cosmetics, as well as the Pirate Legend cosmetics. While this should be a goal to achieve, there is no rush to obtain it. The adventure of Sea of Thieves is more than a grind, so have fun, explore the world before you reach Pirate Legend. So there are 15 beginner tips for Sea of Thieves. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe and let me know what you thought of the video. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday from 5 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, and the link is in the description box down below. Sometimes I may sneak in an extra day here or there, but thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.